guys, we have actual studio lights now. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Let's hit 10,000. Happy 2018. Welcome back to my channel. New year, new me. We got some professional lighting up in here. I'm really trying to up my channel game this year. Shout out to my parents for buying me some awesome studio lights for Christmas, and this is my first video using them, so I'm a little excited if you cannot tell. I'm also excited because this is now the third year in a row that I'm making this video titled 17 Books That I Read in 2017. Wow. Comparing this to the years before videos, I definitely have not been reading as many books as I would have liked, but this is also my senior year in college, and if you couldn't tell, I really put my heart and soul into my YouTube channel this last year, so a lot of my energy and time went into creating content as well as writing. Not to mention that this year alone in college, I was taking 4 English intensive reading courses and writing courses, so you might notice that this year the list of books that I read, a lot of them are Shakespeare, a lot of them are poetry collections because I was reading them from class, but they are books that I read nonetheless. If you're a newer subscriber, you may not know, but I'm a very avid reader. I love reading. Books are so important to me. It's crucial as a writer to be reading. I do upload a lot of my own writing, and this is what goes into making that writing. It's my inspiration. It's where I get most of my content from. As a writer, like, we constantly need to fuel ourselves with reading, and that's exactly what this is. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like because this really does help, and comment down below what book you are currently reading or a book that you would like to read this year. I'm always looking for more books to add to my list of what to read, and I'm genuinely curious to know what you guys are reading as well. And last but not least, don't forget to hit subscribe. We really are like one big family on my channel with lots of love to go around, and it's never too late to join. All you have to do is hit subscribe. We are literally just a few subscribers away from 10,000, and that is crazy to me. I honestly cannot believe that we were even that close. When I started this channel, I had 2 subscribers. One was a friend from high school and one was a girl from Minnesota. It blows my mind every day to think about where I am now, and I just love it more and more. Thank you so much for being my support system, my rock, and my outlet. Before I get into the list of books that I read this last year, I just want to clarify how important it is to really make time for yourself. Self-reflection, self-care, and self-love are just so crucial. No matter what, we need to be making time for ourselves. Even though it may seem silly to put aside time for yourself and maybe even turn down an option of hanging out with people to say, sorry, I can't, like, I really just need to spend some time with myself. It's quality reflection time. As a borderline introverted extrovert or extroverted introvert, I find that it's really important for me to fuel my body and my mind by taking a bath, reading, listening to a playlist on Spotify that really just warms my heart and comforts me. And I just think this is a really good video opportunity talking about books, and people that like to read obviously understand the passion and like fuel of spending time with yourself. My point being is that there are some necessary tools such as a book that help us spend time to reflect and nurture our own beings. There are also a lot of other things that can help with this, and before I start, I just want to talk about it because a company reached out to me asking if I wanted to test out some of their products, and of course I said yes, send it on over, and I did, and I love them. If you follow my vlog channel, you may have already seen them, but my gosh, get ready. I seriously thought I was just getting a candle, and I was like, a new candle for a background in a video? I would love that, and then I could talk about it. But they sent me so many things. As always, every single product will be listed down below. Feel free to check it out. These are my genuine thoughts on the product. So first, they sent over this Tuscan Fig Sugar Body Scrub. Love a good body scrub. So I have this one, which smells amazing, as well as a lavender body scrub. Again, smells amazing. If you want to take a nice bath and read a good book, I recommend a body scrub. You'll feel like butter. Speaking of butter, I have a body butter for you. This is a Tuscan Fig body butter. It smells very similar to the body scrub, but this is like really thick lotion that just makes you feel as smooth as a baby. This is amazing. I love it, especially if you live in colder climates during the winter time, like myself. Go Minnesota, but like it's freezing here, and that dry weather can really affect your skin, so having a thick body butter like this makes a big difference. So the company Wine Therapy was sweet enough to send over this huge bottle of body moisturizer as well. I love this lotion. I use it every single day when I get ready. It genuinely makes my hands feel so smooth, and like, you can never have too much lotion, honestly. The next thing that they sent me is this huge diffuser. This is a sparkling violet reed diffuser. If you live in a dorm, this is definitely an essential. I remember my freshman year, I went to the closest Walmart to my school in the middle of nowhere, Ohio, TBT, and I picked up the biggest diffuser that they had, and it truly helped. And the last thing that they sent me is this really cute candle. It's a fresh balsam candle, so it totally goes with the theme of Christmas and the holidays, and it smells very, very good. It's really hard to tell on camera, but it has a little outline of wine bottles around because the company's name is Wine Therapy. Those are some examples of types of products that can help with self-love and self-reflection, and things that can really help you take a step back from social media, life, drama, and read a book and relax. Focus on the good, because that's what I'm trying really hard to do right now. Now that we've gotten past that, let's move on to the 17 books that I read this year in 2017. If you've seen these videos in the past, I like to quickly go through them in a list-oriented manner, and then afterwards talk about my favorites, talk about the ones that I didn't like, talk about books that I would like to read, what I'm currently reading, and ask you guys for some suggestions. Ready? Let's do it. The Witch of Portobello, Let the Great World Spin, Dynamite, Fun Home, Small Great Things, Sounds of Poetry, Taming of the Shrew, Life Pig, Cymbeline, Pericles, Othello, Macbeth, Lessons on Expulsion, Henry IV and Henry V, Mayday, and drumroll please, last but not least, Eat, Pray, Love. And those are the 17 books that I read this last year. If you couldn't tell, I was definitely in a Shakespeare class and I was in 2 poetry classes. So the majority of the books I read this year were either written by Shakespeare or a collection of poetry. I can't complain though, like poetry is really fun to read, especially because it's a type of book where you can pick it up, read it, put it down, and no matter how much time has gone by, you can pick it up again and remember exactly where you started. I have to say that some of my favorite books read this year were definitely Witch of Portobello. It's written by the same author who wrote The Alchemist, and it definitely has a spiritual vibe and a really good message to it. I actually vlogged about it. I'll link the vlog up here. It's a kind of old vlog, obviously, because I read it a year ago, but it's a really good book. It reads pretty quickly, and it left me with a lot to think about. Small Great Things, of course, was amazing because it was written by my favorite author, Jodi, and I have read all of her books. This was the newest one that just came out in 2016. I really tried to savor it, so I saved it for the summertime of 2017 to read. I loved it. I cannot wait for her next book. It's amazing. And Eat, Pray, Love is surprisingly so much better than I was expecting. Like, I knew the hype of it, I watched the movie, but to read the book, she's a really good writer. I'm actually annotating the entire book the way I would a textbook. There are some great lines. So those were probably my personal favorites. My least favorites, don't tell my professor, were like all of the Shakespeare books except for Othello, just because I do like that story of Othello, and I had a really good teacher the first time I read it, so I kept thinking about how she taught me that play. Comment down below some books that you read this year, some of your favorites. What should I read? I'm currently about to start The Burn Journals. It's a memoir about a boy who at 14 years old set his body on fire, and it deals with teenage angst and depression and moving forward and how to have like an adult life through this emotional journey and like childhood and stuff. It looks really good. I'll definitely let you know what I think of it. I really love memoirs, if that helps you think of books that you think I would like. Memoirs are my favorite. I love reading poetry, fiction, of course, anything but sci-fi. I just can't comprehend it. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you're as much of a bookworm as I am and had some new ideas as to what to read and how to help with self-reflection and taking care of yourself. Only you could smell this candle. It's not even lit, but it's making my room smell like a Christmas tree. I love it. Again, Happy New Year, and I will see you very, very soon with a new video. Bye guys!